How's it hanging, dudes? My name is Sean, and welcome back to my channel, where we put humanity first. Alright, so, for all of us political comedians out there, this just got a hell of a lot funnier, man. Andrew Yang, I've been trying to spice up the channel by doing a couple different, vids, because some people say that they like to see my ideas on other things, but, man, Andrew Yang came out on Fox News immediately after the debate, and I can't believe I missed this. I'm a couple days late to it, but he destroys them with corrections. Man, it's like a Ben Shapiro level facts and logic meme, I'm telling you. Fox News does their typical Republican thing and tries to smear his wildly popular UBI. Anybody you come across to who says something about it is usually in favor of it, not necessarily. Most people who say something bad about it is usually either on far right or a Bernie bro who's afraid that his UBI would definitely just overrule Bernie's Medicare for All, so they're kind of scared, right? Anyway, let me play this clip for you guys. And yes, the corrections are very noticeable. Roll the clip.
My next guest, not getting personal tonight, while debating paid family leave. Here's a bit of that.
We need to have a freedom dividend in place from day one, $1,000 a month for every American adult, which would put, in many cases, $2,000 a month into families' pockets so that they can either pay for childcare or, if they want, stay home with the child. We should not be pushing everyone to leave the home and go to the workforce.
All right, joining me now, 2020 Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang. Good to have you back with us on Fox News at Night.
Hey, Shannon, it's good to be back.
Listen,
thanks for having me.
We were waiting a little while to hear from you. This is a very crowded field. You continue to make this stage, but do you feel like you're getting a chance to really break through? Because there are a lot of big name contenders, and it took a while until we heard from you tonight.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to say our message is reaching the American people in ways beyond the debates, where we just keep on rising in the polls. There's a ton of energy around the campaign. We raised $10 million in the last quarter in increments of only $30 each. So this is a very people-powered, grassroots-driven campaign. A debate's a great opportunity, but we're not just resting here at the debates.
Okay, so where do you take it from here? Obviously, the next debate is December. You're very busy between now and then, crisscrossing the country. But in places like Iowa and New Hampshire, we're seeing Mayor Pete Buttigieg, who was just on with us, really making striking gains. What does it take for you to get that done?
We're very excited about the progress we're seeing on the ground in Iowa and New Hampshire. I'm heading back to Iowa again later this week. The crowds just keep getting bigger. The energy just keeps getting higher, and you're going to see our poll numbers rise in those states in the days to come.
Okay, so I want to read something from the Washington Post talking about this idea that you've gotten so much attention for, which is this idea of a freedom dividend, or whatever you would like to call it. But essentially, everybody 18 and over gets a certain payment each month from the government to give them a little bit more freedom with their professional life and whatever else is going on with them. The Washington Post talking about this, it says the biggest challenge to the freedom dividend will remain the key factor that torpedoed the FAP, which is something under the Nixon administration, essentially a payment out there. Ingrained American opposition to others getting something for nothing, the most revolutionary aspect of a universal cash grant. Breaking the link between work and reward is also the most controversial. You certainly understand the objections to that concept.
Well, the great thing, Shannon, is that if everyone's getting it, then that objection tends to disappear. And there's one state that's had a dividend for everyone in the state for almost 40 years, and that's a deep red conservative state, Alaska, where everyone there is getting an oil dividend of between $1,000 and $2,000 a year, and it's wildly popular 40 years in. What I'm saying is that technology is the oil of the 21st century, and we can do this for all of our people, particularly because right now the marketplace is not recognizing the kind of work that my wife does at home with our two boys every single day, or the work that millions of stay-at-home parents or caregivers are doing that we know is some of the most important work in our families and communities.
So you also have a lot of concerns about automated AI, artificial intelligence. There was a new report out today that I saw that was talking about the fact that it's not just blue-collar jobs that need to be worried, it's white-collar jobs that need to be worried. You've continued to raise the red flag about this, but there are other reports out there saying it doesn't actually line up with the data, so that your worries about it are overblown. How do you respond?
Oh, snap! Oh, snap!
Well, Shannon, the people that know the most about this space are the most concerned. Where AI is about to leave the lab and start ripping through various organizations, I spoke to 70 CEOs in New York City and I asked them, how many of you are looking at having AI replace your back office clerical workers? And all 70 hands went up. People who are deep into the business world know that these changes are going to affect white-collar workers, lawyers, accountants, pharmacists, radiologists. It's not just drivers and warehouse workers and retail workers and call center workers. A lot of white-collar work is what's called repetitive cognitive work, and it's going to be subject to displacement by artificial intelligence in the days to come. That's one reason we need a dividend, so that we all have the means to transition through the greatest economic transformation in our country's history.
Do you think that Americans are going to get on board with that, though? I mean, the fact is, we talked about the breaking up the concept of work and reward and having a connection there, and knowing that this money is coming from taxpayer money. So a lot of folks are going out to work and they're worried about their own families and their own needs, know that they're paying into something that is going to support someone else who may or may not be working in the traditional sense, that they're going out and providing for their most basic needs themselves if they're physically able to do so.
Oh, snap! Oh, snap! Well, again, Shannon, everyone gets it, so it's not a situation where I'm paying into it and you're getting it. Like, we're all getting it.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
But you have to look up and say, who are the biggest winners in today's economy? Who are the trillion-dollar tech companies that are just sucking up more and more value? It's Amazon, Google, Facebook, Uber, and these giant companies that are paying either zero or near zero in taxes. That's where we're going to get the money to put this dividend into our hands and let it actually spread the benefits of all of this technological innovation in some parts of the economy to us, the owners and shareholders of this country.
Well, I know you'll have some convincing to do of people who would like to just keep that in their own families and in their own hands, but that's why your campaign continues. People seem to love you and think you're having a great time out there while adding very different, angle to these conversations that are very important. So we'll see you out there on the campaign trail. Andrew Yang, thank you.
I appreciate the heck out of you, Shannon. Thank you.
Woohoo, man, that was rough. That was rough. I mean, he understands it's Fox News, so they're actually going to push on some issues, you know what I mean? Some questions and stuff like that. But man, she's just fundamentally wrong on quite a bit. Like, she said, why do people want to pay in when somebody else is just getting money to live off of? Like, what? No, that's not what he's saying. Everybody gets it. So and it's not like it's not like a hefty tax. It's a VAT. It's a value added tax. It's really not that big of a deal. Would you rather pay a quarter for your milk, quarter for your bread extra, and then get $1,000 a month? Of course you would. Of course you would. Yeah, she's just completely wrong on that. And to say that people would just stay home and be lazy on $1,000 a month, you couldn't. If, let's just say you have not even saying cable and car payments, right? Let's just say you have rent. Median average rent across America is $600 a month. That's the median average, not counting big cities like New York where it's upwards of $1,500 for a one bedroom, right? $600 a month. Now let's add in utilities. $200 a month on average, $150. You're already up, what, $750? Almost $800. The rest of that's going to go on food. You know what I mean? Maybe a cable bill. Throw $60 to $100 on there, or an internet bill. Yeah, you're not going to be able to just sit around on $1,000 a month. But what it will do is elevate you to be able to, if you fall on hard times, to be able to support yourself. For people who don't have jobs and do stay home and take care of their kids, you'll be able to support yourself. It just solves so many problems. You know, women who can't leave, you know, bad relationships because they don't have enough money. There you go. You know what I mean? It just relieves so many. You don't have enough money to pay for your medical bills or to get some good insurance. Here you go. You know what I mean? You this $100 on food stamps you're getting just ain't cutting it. Well, here's $1,000. All your bills are paid. You just need help with food. Here's $1,000. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, come on. For them to constantly say that, it's just a typical Republican smear tactic that people are just going to sit around. People are getting food stamps right now. Does people sit around on their laurels because they get food stamps? No, they work. They have to work. Food stamps don't pay for the rent. You know what I mean? It's a common tactic. Even back in the day when they were trying to propose Social Security, people saying, people are just going to get lazy and not do anything if they have Social Security. Like, these people are, when you get to 60, 70 years old, like, your life is done. Like, you shouldn't be working anyway, really. You know what I mean? Sadly, you know, more and more people at fast food are elderly because they don't have a lot of the real jobs have been taken away and given away by automation. Guess what? UBI helps that. So, you know, it's just, I just love the corrections, you know. Anyways, I don't know. I might do the Tulsi Gabbard versus Pete Buttigieg next. I don't know. Maybe Yang and Tom Steyer. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Yeah, and that's all I got for you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I met a bad bitch last night in the D.